Hey guys, hope you all have been well. Welcome back to my channel. Today we're gonna do, I think, what will be a quick video because I'm just gonna talk really fast, just tell you what I use it for, and we're talking about brushes. By the way, I've been asked to do my favorite brushes, but I have so many at this point that I can't just sit here and do a 20-minute video. Y'all are gonna get tired of me talking. I bet most of y'all already are. I talk too much. What can I say? This brush here is a MAC brush, and it is the 188 stippling brush. I mentioned it before, I don't like stippling brushes for foundation. That was a complete lie. It is not the most revolutionary thing in the world, but I do like it, as you can tell, for blush. It applies very nicely. I do like to work up the opacity of my blush, so putting a little bit and then kind of scoping it out, seeing if I need to add more. It works really well. My highlighter brush, this is a MAC 165 brush. I don't recall why I purchased this brush. It might have just been me wanting to collect all MAC brushes, but eventually I found that this type of tapered brush with those soft bristles are very great at applying highlighter. I can go heavy, I can go light, but this has definitely been my favorite and only highlighter brush. This is all I use now. This brush is from Morphe. This is the E51, and it's kind of this slanted, very thick, kind of dense but still fluffy brush, and I've used this on multiple occasions. Some of you have asked me about this brush specifically. I can use it to apply my powder on, and I like the angle that it comes in because I can hold my brush this way, but I also have used it for contour and then using the tip of the brush to lightly apply my blush. If I wanted, I could bring this brush and be able to do all three with just this. You'll find that I love slanted brushes. Just forewarning you. Slanted brush. This is the MAC 168, and this is what I started my contouring with from the beginning. This was really good for getting into the hollows of the cheeks and also again applying blush. I don't know if you've recalled from older videos, I have a history of using the same brush for bronzer and blush. These white hair brushes I tend to find as the true medium in terms of packing on pigment, so you kind of get that kind of diffused but still pigmented color on your skin. So these types of brushes are good. I also have the Sephora Pro angled blush brush in 49. It's slightly bigger, but I find that this is softer. This is a softer brush, so if you want something more diffused, I would go with this one. I'm not sure if they still have it in stock, but if they do, this is one of my favorite brushes. I love this face brush, so I would use them for the same thing, but I prefer the Sephora one. My favorite foundation brush, surprisingly, because I didn't think this would be the one, but this is the MAC 170. This is a very common brush. This is slanted again. Surprise, surprise. It has nothing to do with the way that it looks. It has everything to do with the way that it feels and the way that it applies. I think this is one of the most comfortable foundation application brushes that I've ever had, and I have quite a few, and I've tried quite a few. I'm so used to using these types of brushes as well, but these can, even though they're not as streaky as say a stippling brush is, you can still see streaks, where I find this is just flawless. I love the way that this applies, and I can go with this for a number of uses. It's probably not the most hygienic, but I just feel it's always the same application feel. I just love this. Is my favorite foundation brush right now. The Real Techniques multitask brush. You can use this for everything. I use it for powder, I use it to contour, I use it to apply blush, I use it for a lot of stuff. The name it speaks for itself. And currently I'm using this one for powder, but I have used it for those other things, other aforementioned ones. And these Real Technique brushes are so soft and they last forever. I've had this brush and a lot of my MAC ones, just for that matter, I've had them for years. These have gone through the ringer and they're still alive. The bottom, it's questionable, but the brush itself is still really good. So Real Techniques, you the real one. See what I did there? Another one is the setting brush. This one here, this is really good to set your under eye. It's also good to blend out your concealer, but this is like strictly very diffused, blended out concealer. If you still want to maintain the opacity of it, then maybe I wouldn't go with that brush. I would probably go, angled brush with the Morphe E46. It's really nice getting underneath there. The density is really good to not have it streaky and keep the opacity, but still be able to like blend out the corners. If you go with the concealer under here and you go kind of pretty heavy on it, then y'all know what I'm talking about. I always get questions about this brush. So again, that is the E46 by Morphe, the concealer brush. This brush here, this is the MAC 135. I don't want to say go out and just buy this brush specifically because I do have it in Morphe and they're very similar. I still prefer this one. I think this is not as scratchy, but still, it's pretty much the same brush. So these tapered, very pinched at the base of the brush. I'm not sure what it's called. Ferrule? I don't know. And then it's very fluffy and flexible on the top. This is really good at diffused bronzer. It's similar to the stippling brush where you kind of have to work at it to build the color. This is the brush that I use to apply my bronzer today. I love this brush and it feels nice. It just feels nice. I love white bristle brushes. I don't know why. I just do it. But I say that as I'm about to show you this eyeshadow brush. This is the blender brush from MAC. It is the 224. I still love it. I've talked about it in every single video that I've ever made that was on the topic of brushes. I still love it. These are some of my oldest brushes of all time. I'm talking like 2007, 2008. I did end up picking up a few more afterwards, but I've had some of these brushes forever, to the point where you can't even tell, like the writing on it is gone, but they still hold up. And I love that. Thank you for being with me for this long. 224. Another brush that I love. Oh my gosh, where is my 217? Hello, can't forget about you. This is the MAC 217. I know some of these numbers by heart. That's just the way it is. Same thing. I've bought a couple of these, but some have been with me since the very beginning. I love this particularly for the crease. 224 I use more as a transition, like that upper part of the lid, to kind of like start off the look but still not have it very like bam in your face. This I love for the crease, blends everything very well. And then for the outer corner, I've been loving the 221. I got this brush only a couple years back, and since then I think I purchased 3 or 4 because it's so good. I love it. It's so cute too, and it's white bristle. Hello. But this for the outer corner, building the outer corner and blending it upwards. It's so delicious. It's so delicious. But I also wanted to give you guys another option for the 217. This is the Hakuhodo. They always give it such long numbers. J5523 BKSL. The perfect description for this would be if you wanted a denser and thicker 217 brush. Like if that's too fluffy for you, this is probably like its big sister. It's not that much thicker, but you can definitely see the difference in density in comparison to the 217. See, like this brush is old as hell. I don't even know what number this is. Gosh, dang it. I should have done my research. I'm gonna say 249. I'm guessing, guys, but it's this brush. It's a flat shader brush. It has the like orange bristles on it, and I just use this to apply my concealer if I'm doing a cut crease or halo eye. This is just a recent favorite because I feel like it just carves out everything very easily. I don't have the steadiest hands when it comes to applying concealer and doing all of those very intricate looks, so this has definitely helped in more ways than one. So I'm grateful for you, 2-something brush that I'm just guessing at. But these brushes, they look like a lot of paint brushes, so I'm pretty sure you can find a dupe for this. Lastly, this is OG as well. Years, I'm talking years of like owning this brush. This is the Makeup Geek brush. I think it's like a bullet brush or a pencil brush. I usually call it a pencil brush. but this is similar to Max 219. That I would say is a much denser version of a pencil brush, where I feel like this is a lot better at precisely applying. Like you can use the tip of this because it's tapered. You can use the tip to get really dark close to the lash line, but also like brush off the excess and then use like a much stronger application to buff it out. That's why I like this brush. I feel like with a MAC brush I have to use something else in order to kind of diffuse it, where I can just use this single brush for the exact same purpose. Okay guys, did you guys like my speed talking? I wanted it just to be like, hey, look at these brushes, this is what I use, this is what you always ask me about. And if you have questions, then obviously leave them down below. I will answer them for you. I just didn't want to sit here and just talk about brushes, because brush talking is not for everyone, but I know that a lot of us are always searching for a good brush. So if you did enjoy this video and have not done so already, I hope you decide to click on the red subscribe button down below. I would really appreciate it. This makeup look can be found on Instagram, first link in the description box down below, where I will list all the products that I use to put this makeup look together. Till the next video, I hope you all are doing well, taking great care of yourselves. I will see you all next time. Bye guys.